Your girl's a lore theorist now. Hello everyone and welcome back to another winning video. You know, I feel like I've seen the YouTube uploading screen once every day this past week, but Hoyoverse just released a surprise second music video related to the Honkai Star Rail 2.0 trailer, and this one is a live action dance video. Now, I reacted to the video live on stream, twitch.tv/winay, so you don't miss out in the future. But then afterwards I watched it again and again and again. And the more I did, the more it felt like this wasn't just an IRL MV to promote the game. I personally think there are actually some hints in this video that tell us what PENACONY'S story will really be about. Let's break it down together, but before we do, remember to please leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying your time here. Okay, so let's begin. So at the start, we have this man who's a musician. He's just living life normally, polishing his instrument. It's the end of the day and he's wrapping up. And then this other guy shows up and he shows him a dream inside this flawless white pearl. And when we enter the pearl, we see, you know, it's a whole party. There's cameras flashing, a crowd of well-dressed people, live band, banger music. There's confetti flying everywhere. Everything is very yellow-toned and very bright. The dancers are dressed in a very retro style. Sorry, pardon my lack of fashion knowledge. I really don't know what to call it, but it's classy, but not really what you'd wear to a party, you know, with suspenders, blazer, dress shirt, and those caps, paperboy caps. I really don't know. I think in older time periods, men would actually wear these outfits to work. And here we have a scene of a musician who magically gives these women fancier outfits, and then he does that trick of summoning a bird out of thin air. And I want you to remember this for later, and also keep in mind that magic in the end is auto solutions, alright? Anyway, at this point, the scene starts changing, the champagne is flowing, but the scene is upside down, so it looks like the people are dancing on the ceiling, and it's very surreal. And as it zooms out, let me go back a frame, we can see that there are bars. And it looks like this is a room in a building, right? And this could be any typical balcony railing, but the bars do extend all the way from the top to the bottom. And what if, instead of a balcony, it's a prison? Because PENACONY does stand for penal colony, and apparently this planet used to be full of prisoners after all. And then speaking of right after the scene, it's the planet itself. Everything's still upside down. We see the skyline and the iconic Giga bottle spitting out fireworks as soul glad juice. There's a whale flying through the sky, but it gives the illusion of being in the ocean because everything's flipped. And I do want to note that I did see someone say that whales are often associated with freedom and liberation, because in the Bible, there's this man named Jonah who was swallowed by a whale and trapped for 3 days, and he was only freed until he prayed to God, and then he got spit out back onto land. Also, probably not related, but side note, whales are also very prominent in Genshin. They were there in Nahita's trailer, which is centered around her dream to be free, and also Sumuru's entire theme overall of dreams. And then the whale also has massive importance in Fontaine with Child, but that's a whole other video that I don't feel qualified to speak about. Or, you know, maybe it's just a tribute to all the whale players throwing their money at this game. Who knows? Anyway, the camera continues zooming out, and we see this is a shot of PENACONY in a painting suspended in midair, and the people in the party are frozen in time, and this drink is flying out of this lady's hand. I'm guessing this is just a reference to the soul glad drink in the game that people drink in order to dream, and everything else ties into how in the PENACONY dreamscape you can manipulate time and gravity. Then after this, the lighting and the whole mood changes from very yellow tone to purple tone. Very cool. More like a party at night, and the dancers are decked out in white outfits that look more suited for a performance. And we have whales flying in the air IRL. Very, very surreal. The champagne in the glasses turns into countless little pearls. And you have some people wearing some really wacky outfits. Like this lady's head is inside a clear ball, and it looks like she's a gumball machine come to life. And this person playing the piano, you can't see his head or his face, but it's a cloud. Again, very absurd and random, kind of just like when you're in a dream. And then we see this one random shot of a bird in a cage, and it lasts for like 2 seconds, and I can't tell if it's supposed to symbolize a person or something, but it looks like the cage is covered by a red cape and top hat. Anyway, then we just have a ton of banger choreo to end the song. There's the whale still flying in the air, and then the whale disappears. The setting turns back into a normal hotel lobby, except the pyramid of glasses with champagne is still here, and the pearls are overflowing. And then we see this. We see this single pearl close-up lose its sheen, turn to gray ash, and just crumble into dust. So, what does it all mean? I think the message we'll get in PENACONY'S story is that it's okay to indulge in dreams from time to time, but you can't encase yourself in a false happy world forever, or else you'll just be trapping yourself like the bird we saw in the cage. And I also want to point out, the name of version 2.0 is If One Dreams at Midnight. And it kind of gives me Cinderella vibes. You know, the story of Cinderella is she had to come home from the ball before midnight so she wouldn't get caught by her stepmother. And also that would be when her magic wore off or whatever. It's like, you can still have the dream, but it has to end at some point, you know? And speaking of names, let's talk about the name of the actual track, White Knight. White usually represents concepts such as purity, innocence, and perfection, according to Google at least. But as humans, we know that we can't attain perfection. We make mistakes. It's just part of being human. And with time, as we grow up and live life and have both good and bad experiences, we trade our innocence in for wisdom and maturity. And as much as we dislike suffering, we do need it in order to grow and change and improve. You can't get better if you're already perfect. And everything in life has a cost. All of that soul glad juice, where's it coming from? Who's producing it? How are these dreamscapes being created and maintained? Could it be that a single magician is pulling all the strings behind the curtain? And if so, does that mean there's a bird in a cage backstage with them because the magician knows that without the bird, the trick is impossible? Anyway, I think I cooked hard enough. Maybe I'm just a Lulu and wanted an excuse to watch the video on repeat several times. But let me know your thoughts. Did I miss anything? Or do you think my theory is really off course? Share in the comments. Please also consider leaving a like and subscribe if you enjoyed your time here. Thanks for watching this far, and hopefully I see you in the next one. Until then, sweet dreams and stay winning. Bye!